do you assess your inner dialogue and your goal-to-action conflicts? Now, what I mean by that is we have an inner dialogue that's going on. It simply means talking to yourself. This is normally called self-talk. So self-talk or inner dialogue is constantly going on. The question is this dialogue supporting your goals, supporting your affirmations, and supporting what you want to do with your life, your fulfillment, or is it carrying on conversations like, nah, I can't do that, or no, I shouldn't do that, or God, you're really bad if you do that, or all sorts of permutations and combinations of the above. We have tried to turn off this self-talk by various means, either through deep meditation and letting go of all the self-talk, or by creating affirmations, writing them over and over and over again. And it would take us full time just to do that. So I'm not about to tell you to listen to your self-talk all day long, make notes, and that's what some teachers will have you do. Make notes of everything you say to yourself. Write it down. Write down the consistent conversations that you have with yourself all the time. That's not really necessary for two reasons. First, it takes a lot of time to do that. And nobody has that amount of time to spend. Secondly, you can test your body at any given time for any given decision that you make and find out if that self-talk, i.e. your body, because your self-talk essentially is your body speaking. Your body, your nervous system, your memory, your intuition, and your emotions. All of these are speaking through your body, which is like the nexus point, the point at which the rubber meets the road, so to speak, with your intentions and your goals. So if your body is saying, I can't do this, then you pretty much believe that that's what's true. You can't do this. You've heard the expression, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, that's true also. That's the way the body is. The body will give you feedback. And so writing that down over and over again to try to counterbalance that negative self-talk is a waste of time, and it's not necessary. I'm going to teach you a technique that you can use where you can discover your inner dialogue, and you can discover whether or not your body is saying yes or no to any particular statement or affirmation that you make. Would you like to learn how to do that? It's very simple, and it takes just a few minutes. First of all, find out what the body is saying. Now, the body has its own language, and this language is logical, and this is why I call it the logical soul. There's a logic inherent in the body, in the soul. Use the term soul to label that which is everything that goes on inside of our body, our mind, our emotions, our memory, our intuition. All of these are different levels of the soul. So the soul is all-inclusive as far as this definition goes. Now, in order to test the logic that is inherent in the soul, and not just in our mind, we have to do certain procedure. And this is a type of biofeedback. It's very simple. It's not all totally accurate, but it's accurate enough to give us feedback that we need in order to make an accurate assessment at any given moment that we need to do that. And the fancy name for it is called applied kinesiology, or muscle testing. Muscle testing is done very simply by using a spouse, significant other, friend, or family member to help you. And just get this person next to you, and they can test your arm, or you can test their arm. You can do this on other people. And have the person or you hold out the arm and use about 2 or 3 pounds of pressure to just press on that arm to see whether or not that arm is strong, i.e. locked in place, indicating a yes answer to an affirmation or a statement, or it's weak or rubbery, indicating a no answer, which would indicate a false finding to that affirmation. So if you want to test your affirmations, it's a very powerful way of doing that. The reason why this is so powerful is because at any given moment, our conscious minds can maybe hold 7 bits of information. This is scientific findings that people have found about the brain and the way we work, the way our brain functions. If you want to remember a phone number, for example, you just say it over and over in your head, and if you have to walk from one end of the house to the other, you're going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You repeat it over and over to yourself. If somebody brings up another bit of information, do you know where such and such is? Suddenly your mind goes blank because that's 8 bits of information. You just lost a train of thought. The body, on the other hand, can process 7 trillion bits of information at any given time. There's like 7 trillion functions going on in the body at any given time. That's a tremendous amount of information to process. Our minds cannot process this amount of information. Our bodies, on the other hand, can gather all that information up at any given moment and give you a yes based on the information it has, or a no. So it's a tremendously valuable tool that you can use at any given moment to find out where you're heading and how you're going to get there.